Hello and welcome to part 7 of books this week. I hope you have watched previous 6 parts. If you haven't, go and watch that after this video. Well, apart from this books this week segment every Sunday, I also come up with book reviews in between. So hit that subscribe button and press that bell icon so that you don't miss any videos. Well, people who have been here before, welcome back, and people who are new, welcome. This is Mansi from Readers and Creators. So the first book today is The Bouquet of Dead Flowers, written by Swadesh Deepak in Hindi and translated by Jerry Pinto, Nirupama Dutt, Sukant Deepak, Pratik Kanjilal in English. This is a collection of stories. Now Swadesh Deepak is a known literary figure in Hindi literature field, and he is known for writing reality in a very direct way. This book is nothing different from his traditional way of writing. This collection of stories will make you uncomfortable while reading, and writer intent to make his readers serious and in a position where they have to come out of their comfort zone. He shakes them up and hold them in their grip while they are reading the book. The stories are Name a Tree, Any Tree, Hunger, No News of Untoward Events, Horsemen, Dead End, and The Child God. If you are going to read this, be mentally prepared. I have added this to my Amazon wishlist for sure because I look forward to reading intense and serious books. Next book is Checkered Past, Uncertain Future, The Story of Pakistan, written by Tahir Kamran. Now this talks about the ebbs and flows of Pakistan's history, the country, and how that country take influence from Turkey, Persia, Arabia, and Britain. Now, author talks about the success and failure of the country from the period of Jinnah, when it was formed, to the tenure of Ziaul Haq, Bhutto, Benazir Bhutto, and right now, coalition in 2024. Through Pakistan's history, this book talks about the challenges of democracy in a nation state embedded in religious ideology. Next is Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. I have read Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors and loved it. And I have been stupid because I asked for The Silent Factory by Bridget Collins instead of this one from HarperCollins last month, and I regret it. Well, this is a domestic fiction which is a tender exploration of grief, and it's a story of 4 sisters, out of which 3 are coping up with the death of 4th one. So this is a story of long-lasting effect on growing up of a dysfunctional family. I so very much want to read this. I have added this in my Amazon wishlist if anyone wants to. Next book is yet again a Hindi to English translation, The Keeper of Desolation, written by Chandan Pandey in Hindi and translated to English by Sayari Devnath. This is also a collection of 9 short stories. Now, reviewer who wrote this book's review in the newspaper from where I read it, he said that writing short fiction is a very typical task because the details an author contains in a whole novel, another author, a story writer, has to contain that in a short story. So it's a typical task and people often pull away from writing short fiction. But Chandan Pandey is a brave author and he just go ahead and write short fictions. Well, these stories are based on society, cruelty, reality, and there's also a description of corporate life in one of the stories, which is a very rare thing in Hindi literature. The reviewer also compares these tales to Chekhov's tales. Interesting, I know. And Chandan Pandey is known for writing socio-political aspect of the society, and when an author or writer writes that, they have to be ready to have different and diverse reactions for writing that, because there are so many sections that will agree and disagree with your opinion. So this book is a love and hate relationship kind of thing among people, but because it has been compared to Chekhov's tale, I might give it a read. Next book is yet again a research non-fiction and history, that is The Lion and the Lily, The Rise and Fall of Awadh, written by Ira Mukhoty. Now, Awadh, we have read about Awadh in our history books so much. So this book tells you about the transition of Awadh during the Mughal time to British and transition of India from medieval to modern. author has used unconventional sources to write this research-based book, and he said that Awadh was not poor land or a land of decadence as portrayed in British records. Rather, it was a land of prosperity where rulers were committed to art, dance, poetry, and other cultural refinements. So he brought out that cultural POV of Awadh. Last book of today's segment is Echoes of Faith, Tales of Exploration, Nature and Divinity, written by novel Lavasa and Ashok Lavasa. Now, this book is a reflection on moments gone by, moments captured, and that can be relived. I don't think moments can be relived, but this book talks about that. So it would be good to give it a read. Well, this is also about the belief and faith we have in culture and everything. So yeah, it's just the human spiritual connectivity, I guess. Okay, so those were the 6 books for today's segment, and if you are interested in finance books, just go ahead and search Telegraph book reviews for this Friday. There are 3 or 4 finance book reviews. I'm not interested in finance and I have no knowledge of that. That's why I don't include that in my books this week, but you can go ahead and watch it or read it. And yeah, just keep reading, be happy, be safe, and watch my previous videos. We'll meet you soon before Sunday. Bye bye.